Which piece do you move here? White is winning, but you must pick the correct piece to move, otherwise you're going to be left with a draw. Now your king is over on the side of the board, but you have two pawns here, both of which are only 2 squares away from promoting, so to a lot of people it'll make sense to try and push one of those. Now if you try to push the D pawn, this looks good because you fork their king and their bishop, but the problem is they can simply trade it off, and at the end of the day, we're just going to be left with 2 kings, which is simply a draw. So pushing the D pawn does not work, but what about pushing the C pawn? This looks better because now black cannot go ahead and just immediately trade off the pawn, but the problem is here they can run their king in. Now it looks like they're going to be able to capture this, but we can try to stop them for one move by moving our king in to attack their bishop. Now they cannot take because then we could just simply capture this, but the problem is they can simply move their bishop over to A6 and nothing we can do can remove their bishop's eye over that pawn, and this is simply going to be a draw. We cannot make any progress. So instead, the correct piece to move here is actually the king, but now we have the question, where do we move the king? Well, the move that makes the most sense here would likely be moving over to B8 to attack this bishop, but the problem is black can move their king over to defend that bishop, and we actually cannot really make any progress here. If we try moving to D7 to go ahead and attack that bishop, once again here, they can just trade it off, and this is once again just going to be a draw. And if we try moving the C pawn instead, yes, we do get this check, but after black moves away, this is essentially the same position we had earlier. We're forced to run our king away though, and now they can capture this, they can capture that pawn in the next move, and yeah, this is just going to be a draw. And if we try the other move here, king to B6, to try move our king closer like this, well, that doesn't work either. King to D8, black simply blocks off the exit, and now we are in the same situation. So the winning move here is actually king to A8. Running in the corner looks really stupid, but the idea is after black moves their king over to D8, we now play king to B8, and we get the same situation, but it is actually black's turn to move here. And the problem is, well, they can't move their king away because then we could just capture their bishop, so instead they must move their bishop. If they try moving it to A6 though, which worked earlier, well, in this case now we are actually winning because what we can do is play pawn to D7. Now we make sure that bishop cannot return back to that square, and black definitely doesn't want to move their king away because then our own king can get in, so they're forced to move the bishop for a second time, but now we can play pawn to C7 check, black must capture, and now we promote to a queen and we are winning.